Are you ready for the school year? What was walking the red carpet like? Who all did you meet? What is the funny story behind meeting Phineas? Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've actually sat down in one space and just talked to you guys. But today's video is going to be a life update plus just any questions from my LA trip. If you have been following along, you know that this summer I had the opportunity of a lifetime, which is to fly to LA and actually go and walk my first red carpet at a movie premiere, which was literally the highlight of my summer. While I'm going to be doing that, I'm also going to be folding my laundry. Guys, like when you're out of the house, literally things start to pile up, and I've been traveling so much, which is something that I've always dreamed of and I'm literally so grateful for. But literally, like, my room was a mess and all this laundry started piling up, so I'm gonna be folding it. And also, guys, I'm gonna be drinking my LaCroix. If you don't know what LaCroix is, you have to get on it. It's literally like the best. Okay, let's just jump right into it. I have no idea what order these questions are in. This is my first time looking at it, so please bear with me. But the first question is, how was your trip to LA? Well, I just briefly touched on it, but literally, guys, my trip to LA was probably the most magical experience I've had in a very long time. As a content creator and just someone who started YouTube for the fun of it, I've never thought in a million years like I would have my big break be going to an event for LA and getting to meet actors and big creators that I've looked up to for so long, and getting my first Getty image, and I don't know, getting to walk a red carpet. And the best thing is I did it all alone, and it was kind of scary traveling alone, but I wouldn't trade it for anything because I feel like I got so much experience just from getting to fly alone, getting to meet all these people. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and I absolutely enjoyed every single minute of it. What was your favorite part from your trip? And I have to say, probably obviously walking the red carpet, but I think also just getting to know my friend Hannah personally, getting to meet her and spend time with her, and her just like showing me around LA. Like, it was literally so fun, and she's literally like one of the sweetest and kindest people ever, and I'm so thankful for our friendship and just like the fact that we got to spend that much time together. I don't know, she barely even knew me, and she kind of just like, I don't know, was so welcoming, and she helped me around and really like was just so genuine with like everything. The next question is, what is your college major? If you're new here, I go to Georgia State University, and it wasn't always that way. I transferred. It was a whole mess. I used to be a biology major, but now I am actually a business major, and I am concentrating in marketing. Me being able to do that, it really coincides with the YouTube stuff because I am, you know, kind of creative and I do love to create content, but I feel like college and those marketing classes have definitely helped me to really enhance my skills in marketing. And so yeah, that's what I'm majoring in, and I'm so excited because I'm actually graduating in December. So we're wrapping up our college degree here, and if you guys have been following along, you know that has been an entire mess, but I don't know, the Lord has ways of making things happen, and I'm so grateful to finally be almost done with that side or that portion of my life. The next question is, what is your favorite food? So I have a lot of favorite foods, and it's very hard to narrow down. I think my favorite thing to eat is probably pasta or like some type of spaghetti. I'm such a big sucker for Italian food. I feel like Italian is just so good. You can never go wrong with like carbs and bread. Like literally, I don't know what that noise was, but bread is just so good, and it fills you well. Yeah, probably not so great if you're gluten-free, but like it's still so delicious, and I love Italian food to pieces. The next question is, did you get a gift for going like on the red carpet? So no, we did not get any gifts going to the event. There were some concessions such as like popcorn, and then they had boxed water for us. Besides that, there wasn't any like specific souvenir from the red carpet event. How did you know it was legit, not a spam person asking you to go to premiere? This whole event has been in the works for a couple months now. If you don't know, in addition to this vlog channel that I've been working on, I also have a shorts channel. And so as I posted more and more shorts, I started growing. And I mean, I'm still not big, and I don't like to look at numbers, you know, when it comes to progress, just because I feel like when you look at numbers when it comes to social media and stuff like that, you can get discouraged. But one day I was just looking at my email, and I I got an email from YouTube Shorts. And at first I kind of thought it was a scam because I was like, what is this? Like, I've never heard of the YouTube Shorts community, whatever. And so I looked into it and I did some research and I found out that it was like an actual legit thing. So after I got accepted into YouTube Shorts, I basically just like kept posting. I started engaging their community because YouTube Shorts is like just a bunch of creators that are put together who love to create short form content, and you get to like talk to them. And then like every single week we had like a newsletter, and so like that specific week there's a newsletter for a chance to sign up for an event, and the event was the movie premiere that I went to. So I signed up, but I didn't think like, okay, like I may not get to go because, you know, there's so many people that sign up to these things because community is like thousands and thousands of people or thousands and thousands of creators. So I signed up and didn't get noticed until like probably the Thursday before the event was gonna happen. I knew it wasn't a scam because it was like an actual legit thing that I did research in, and like there are certain names that you look for that are managers of the YouTube community, and I had looked into it before, and a lot of other big creators were talking about it as well, so I knew that it was like an actual thing, if that makes sense. Okay, on to the next question. Were you scared to go alone? By the way, I love your channel. First of all, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you guys. The kind comments do not go unnoticed. To answer your question, yes, I was scared to go alone, but the way that it ended out was perfect, because at first my mom was actually going to go with me to the LA premiere, but then something came up within our family, and so that kind of like, you know, prevented her from going and traveling with me. And so she was like, would you want to go alone? And I was like, yes, I want to go alone because I feel like this is an opportunity that I can't miss out on. So what I did was I just kind of messaged in this chat that we had in the YouTube Shorts community, and I was like, hey, is anybody going to the premiere of The Vengeance with YouTube Shorts? At first I didn't get a response, but then one of the YouTube ambassadors, his name is Sam Bennett, but he messaged me back and he said, I'm not going, but I know somebody who's in LA who could help you. And so he introduced me to Hannah, and Hannah, she lives in LA and whatever. She messaged me on Instagram. She was like, hey Jenna, like I'd love to help you out. I'm from LA, I'm going, so if you want to meet up and we can, you know, connect and hang out. And so that's kind of how I got the connections to go, and I kind of knew people before like going into the entire thing. I feel like it worked out perfectly, which I'm so grateful for. The next question is, what is your favorite subject? I guess like if you're speaking like in high school, my favorite subject in high school was probably English, but now that has changed. In college, you don't necessarily have a subject or whatever because I feel like it's just classes based off your major. But if you're asking like what my favorite class is, my favorite class has to be legal analysis, and I took that 2 semesters ago. And the reason I'd say that is because legal analysis is a class where you learn a lot about the laws of business, and we got to like go and dig deep into like what makes a legit business. Getting to like read all the cases within like law books and just learn how you can run a successful business, and you know, ways to like make sure you're not gonna get sued and etc. Yes, it was a hard class, but I really genuinely actually enjoyed it. The next question is, are you ready for the school year? This is like an up and, you know, going question. As of now, not really. So I'm kind of in the process of like preparing myself mentally, because it's really hard going from like summer to a full-time, you know, school schedule again. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of been dreading it. I'm also excited though in a way, just because I know it's my last semester and there's, you know, good in every season of life, even though I know it's gonna be hard. It's coming anyway, so it's gonna be good anyways. Are you working right now? And yes, I am working. In addition to social media, I work part-time at my marketing internship. The goal is to maybe do social media full-time one day. I don't know if God has that in his plan for my life, but right now I am working a lot of part-time jobs, but I will get some sponsorships with social media sometimes, and that's just like, you know, a blessing because it does help financially. The next question is, what was walking the red carpet like? I briefly mentioned this earlier, but it was literally the most exhilarating, awestruck moment of my life. I don't know how to explain it, but it was literally the experience of a lifetime. Do you have any tips for going into 7th grade? I'm super nervous. First of all, it's okay to be nervous because I was nervous going into middle school. Honestly, middle school is probably the roughest time in my life just because I feel like it's such a big adjustment going from elementary school school where, like, you know, you're not switching classes, you don't have as many subjects, and then you go into middle school and there's like a lot more people, more friends. I think my best advice is to really just be yourself and really like try new things. I think one thing that I regret not doing in school was putting myself out there. I was very shy and introverted, and I didn't join any sports, I didn't join any clubs, and I think that just resulted in me like having no friends. So I suggest you put yourself out there. Yeah, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but I feel like it'll lead you places. It'll show you like what you like, what you don't, and it'll help you narrow it down, so in high school you won't be as lost in finding like what specifically you want to do. And when you join things, you're more likely to have chances to make friends because you guys will have similar interests. Okay, I don't know what happened, but my camera stopped. But the next question is, where did you live at your time in LA? So the first 2 nights that I got to LA, I had a hotel, and it was a hotel like across the street from the place that they were doing the event, and the hotel was called the Ace Hotel. And then I was actually supposed to leave right after the event, but when I met Hannah for dinner, she offered for me to stay at her place, and she was like, Jenna, you already flew out here, so why not just stay with me if you want, and then I can show you around LA. So I ended up rescheduling my flight, and then she invited me over to her apartment, which is like 10 minutes from downtown of LA. And so that's how it worked out. I'm super grateful and super thankful that she suggested that, and she was so welcoming and just opening of her home. And so yeah, that's how that worked out. The next question is, who all did you meet? So I met a lot of creators. I met this girl named Reagan York. She's a TikToker. I met Danny and her twin brother. I also met Phineas. I didn't get a picture with him, but I got a picture with his girlfriend Claudia, and she has a YouTube channel. I watch her now. I love her vlogs so much. I also got to meet Karu. He is an agent, and I think he works for Fanjoy, and he was just so nice and so funny, and I actually got introduced to him through Hannah. And then I also got to meet Tiffany, who's the head of YouTube. I got to meet Kevin. Honestly, a lot of people. If you want to go check out the pictures, go to my Instagram. But I got to meet a lot of incredible people. They were all so nice. Oh, and I got to meet Jillian and Josh, and they're TikTokers as well. But yeah, we're all literally friends now, so that's really nice. The next question is, how was the film? So the movie was great. I really liked it. It was R-rated, so make sure you check the parental guidance on that. But the general plot of the movie was, there was this guy who went to the funeral of his ex, and he was trying to figure out why his ex got murdered. And I don't know, it's a whole like mystery type of movie, crime type of thing. But overall, the plot was really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And the actors did so well, and the music was great. So I highly suggest you go see it if you haven't already. The next question is, how did you make the connections to get invited? It's so cool you got to go. So like I said before, I had no connections to anyone in LA before this whole trip. It kind of accidentally happened when I started just posting YouTube shorts, and I got invited into the shorts community. So I think like through the shorts community, I got to like meet those people. So it was just kind of like, I don't know, I got invited, and then because I, you know, worked hard on my content and they saw me working hard, I just kind of got invited. Because I don't know anybody who, you know, does content creation in LA. The next question is, best performance in the movie. I'm biased. I feel like everybody did so great, but I have to say BJ Novik and Dove Cameron. I really wish I could have met Dove Cameron at the movie premiere, but she wasn't even at her own movie premiere, and I'm pretty sure she was just probably busy or something with other films, or maybe like she just had something else going on that night. But I really loved their acting. They were really good. Ashton Kutcher was in the movie too, so he did really good too. Honestly, everybody did good. And then the last question I'm gonna answer is, what is the funny story behind meeting Phineas? So my friends and I, when we actually went to the theater, we all had assigned seats on our ticket. I'm gonna show you guys the ticket. The ticket is so cool. Like, this is the ticket, and it has like our seating arrangement on the bottom. But oh no. The problem with the seating arrangement though was they were all separate but me and my friends really wanted to sit together. So we all just like picked one row and then we all sat in that row. And I think the row was like specifically reserved for actors. So we were just sitting there, and then all of a sudden like a bunch of the actors came in. And before this movie premiere, I didn't even know who Phineas was because I'm not a big Billie Eilish fan, and so I was like, oh, like, you know, I don't know. And so he came in, him and his family came in and sat in the back. Then one of my friends turned around and she was like, Jenna, do you know who that is? Like, I was like, no, I don't, who's that? And so she was like, oh, that's Phineas, like, he's Billie Eilish's brother. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I turn over and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But then right as I turn over, security starts coming over and they were like, oh, like, you need to leave, like, this is not your seating. So they kind of like just shooed like all of us out of that row and they made us go find our actual assigned seats. But the good thing was, though, I did get to say hi to him. I couldn't get a picture with him because I obviously had to leave, and then he was like about to get up and leave, I think, like to go to the front to do like the little performance or before the show. But I did get a picture with his girlfriend, Claudia Salewski, so that was cool. But yeah, I guess that's not very like a funny story, but I just thought it was funny because we actually moved like rows like twice before we got kicked out. They were like, you need to find your seats, and then like we were like, okay, and then like we moved up one more row trying to like stay all together because we wanted to sit next to each other, but it just didn't work out, but it was okay. Anyways, guys, you should be proud of me. I'm done with my big basket of laundry. So with that being said, I think I'm going to end the video here. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent in questions and stuff like that. I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that I got to share this experience with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you aren't already, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe if you enjoyed this video at all. And I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!